Introduction. My name is Andrea. I was 24 years old. I worked in a coffee shop in a small city. Every day I saw many rich people. They wore nice clothes and drove big cars. They looked happy and free. I wanted that life for myself. My family did not have much money. I dreamed of a life with money. I thought money could make me safe, strong, and free from worries. One afternoon, a man named Brian came into the coffee shop. He ordered a black coffee and smiled at me. His eyes were kind, and his smile was warm. He did not wear expensive clothes. He looked simple, perhaps not rich. But when he looked at me, I felt something new in my heart. It felt real and good. We talked for a few minutes. He was a very nice person. I enjoyed talking to him. Later that same day, another man entered my life. His name was Adam. He was very different from Brian. Adam was clearly a rich man. He was handsome and seemed very powerful. He did not smile in the same warm way Brian did. Adam looked at me as if he wanted to own me. He asked for my phone number. My heart felt confused, but I gave him my number. I was not sure why. Perhaps it was because he was so rich and powerful. I did not know it then, but that day changed everything. My life was about to change very much. It would never be the same again. I had met two very different men on the same day. One was simple and kind. The other was rich and powerful. My quiet, normal life was about to become completely different. It was the beginning of a new time for me. I felt a little scared about what was coming, but I also felt a little excited. My simple life was ending. A new, complex life was just beginning. Two men. The next evening, Adam invited me to a very big party. It was at his house. His house was not just a house, it was like a palace. Many lights shone everywhere. Music played loudly. People wore expensive clothes and laughed. There was a lot of expensive champagne. Everything around me was beautiful and grand. I wore a nice red dress, but I still felt very small in that large world. Adam walked with me and showed me to everyone. He liked to show me off. He whispered close to my ear. He told me that I could be his queen. He promised me many things. He promised me a life with a lot of money. He said I would get many gifts. He told me I would never have to worry about anything again. It was a world of luxury. I felt a little lost, but also excited by the new possibilities. Adam made me think about a life full of comfort and ease. The next day was very different. Brian came to the coffee shop again. He did not bring any expensive gifts. He had a small bunch of flowers. He told me he picked them himself. He asked me if I wanted to take a walk. I said yes. We walked together by the river. The sun was warm and the air was fresh. Brian talked about simple things. He told me about his dreams. He wanted to be a teacher. He wanted to help children learn. He did not talk about money or big houses. He talked about kindness. He talked about finding happiness in small things. He talked about a simple life filled with love and good people. When I was with Brian, I felt calm. I felt like I could be myself. There were no big lights or loud music, just the sound of the river and his gentle voice. My heart felt very confused. I had met two very different men. Adam showed me a world of wealth and power. He offered me everything I thought I wanted, money and freedom from worry. Brian showed me a world of honesty and kindness. He offered me a simple life, but one that felt real and warm. Two men, two choices. My mind was pulled in two different ways. It was like my heart was in a quiet war. I did not know which path to choose. One path was full of gold, and the other was full of simple flowers and true feelings. I wondered what would make me truly happy. 3. A hard choice. Adam came to see me again. He did not smile. He held a paper. He put it on the table. "This is for you, Andrea," he said. "Read it." I picked up the paper. It was a contract. Adam wanted me to sign it. The contract said I would live in his big house. He would give me much money every month. I would not need to work. I would have everything I wanted. All I had to do was be his. My heart beat fast. I felt shock. Adam wanted to buy me like an object. My hands shook. This was a lot of money. My family was very poor. I remembered nights with no food. I remembered cold nights in our small house. Adam knew these things. He knew I wanted a better life. This contract could end our hard times. But then Brian's face came into my mind. I saw his kind eyes. I remembered his warm smile. He did not offer money. He offered kindness. He offered a simple, honest life. He made me feel important. He made my heart feel happy. I looked at the contract again, then at Adam. He waited. I closed my eyes for a moment. It was a hard choice. Money and a safe life, or love and a simple life. I took a deep breath. I pushed the paper away. "No," I said. My voice was quiet but strong. Adam's face changed fast. His eyes became dark. He stood up quickly. "No," he said. His voice was loud and angry. "No one says no to me, Andrea. You will regret this. You will be sorry." He looked very angry. Then he left my room without another word. I was alone. My body still shook. I sat on my bed and started to cry. I did not know if I made the right choice. My mind was full of thoughts about Adam's money and my poor family. But then I thought of Brian's kind smile. It was a long, sad night for me. 4. His secrets. Andrea began to learn many things about Adam. She learned that he had many secrets. His money did not come from hard work. Instead, his money came from lies and from tricks. He used people to get what he wanted. He even used his own family members. Adam had power because of his father's big company. He did not build his wealth himself. He simply took what was given to him, and he took more from others. He did not care about people's feelings. He only cared about himself and about getting richer. Andrea saw that Adam did not love her. He did not want her heart. He only wanted her like a prize. He wanted her to make him look good to other people. He wanted to show her off like a new car or a big house. She was just another thing for him to own. This made Andrea feel sad and small. Brian was very different from Adam. Brian had nothing but honesty. He was a good man. He worked 2 jobs every day to earn money. He was poor, but he always worked hard. He never lied to anyone. He always told the truth. Brian never made Andrea feel small. He always listened to her. He always made her feel important. He did not have a big house or a fast car. He did not have many expensive things, but he had a kind heart and a good spirit. He was true to himself and to others. Andrea's heart was still confused. Adam's world was full of gold and shiny diamonds. It was a world of easy money and no worries. It promised a life without problems. Brian's world was simple. It was a world of bread and flowers. It was a life of hard work and simple joys. She knew Brian was honest and good. She knew Adam was rich and powerful, but also full of lies. She felt a deep sadness knowing Adam's true nature. She had seen his anger. Now she saw his secrets. Andrea had to choose between these 2 very different men and 2 very different lives. It was a very hard choice. 5. The big lie. The party at Adam's large house was full of noise and many people. Bright lights shone and soft music played. Many rich men and women were there, wearing expensive clothes. Adam held my hand very tightly. He had a big smile on his face as he looked at everyone. Then he spoke very loudly so that all the guests could hear his words. "Andrea is my girlfriend," he announced. My eyes grew very wide with surprise. I did not agree to this. This was not true at all. I felt a strong shock go through my body. I stood there, completely still, like a stone statue. The people around us clapped their hands together. They smiled and said many nice things to Adam. They congratulated him on his new girlfriend. I wanted to shout no, but no words came out of my mouth. I felt completely trapped and unable to move. Then, in the crowd, I saw him. It was Brian. He was also at the party. He was working there, helping with the food. He carried a large tray of different dishes. His job was to bring food and drinks for all the many guests. He looked at me across the room, and his kind smile quickly disappeared. He saw Adam holding my hand. He saw the people clapping and congratulating Adam. His kind eyes, which were usually so warm, became very dark. They showed great pain and sadness. He almost dropped the tray he was holding, but no one else seemed to notice. He did not say anything. He just turned his body and walked away very quickly. He left the party without a single word. My heart felt a sharp, strong pain. It was like a piece of glass had broken into many tiny pieces inside me. I knew that his heart was broken too. The next morning, things became even worse for me. When I woke up, I saw a newspaper. Adam had put it on my small table. My picture, my face, was on the very front page. There were big words written next to it. They said, "The new girl of Adam." My face was everywhere. It was in many different newspapers, in every shop. People I did not know were looking at my picture. They were reading the big lie about me. I did not want this kind of fame. I wanted a simple, quiet life. I wanted peace in my heart. But Adam had pulled me into his difficult world. He had trapped me with his big lie. I felt like I was a bird in a cage, but it was a beautiful, golden cage. I could not escape from it. I did not know what to do or where to go. My life was now very public. Everyone thought I was Adam's girlfriend. This was a very big lie, and it hurt me deeply. 6. I am alone. Brian did not come to the coffee shop anymore. Every morning I looked for him, but he was not there. His absence made my heart heavy. I felt very empty inside, like a part of me was missing. I tried to call his phone many times. I sent him messages, but he never answered. He never called me back. It was clear he did not want to talk to me. His silence was a loud noise in my mind, making me feel more and more alone with each passing day. I wished I could explain everything to him. Adam was always there, though. He came to see me every day. He showed me his big, fast cars. He bought me expensive clothes and shiny jewelry. He took me to fancy restaurants where we ate delicious food. He showed me more of his rich world, full of money and power. He thought these things would make me happy, but they did not. Each new gift, each expensive dinner made me feel worse. I missed Brian's simple smile more than all of Adam's gold. I felt trapped, not free, despite all the luxury around me. The newspapers kept printing my picture with Adam. People in the city saw me with him often. Soon, the whispers started. When I walked down the street, I could hear them talking about me. When I was in the coffee shop, I felt eyes on me, judging my choices. People said bad things. They said I was only with Adam for his money. They called me a gold digger. This word hurt me deeply. I was not a gold digger. I was a girl who made a mistake, caught in a situation I did not choose. My old friends stopped calling me. They did not want to meet for coffee or walks anymore. When I saw them, they looked away, pretending not to see me. They believed the newspapers. They believed the whispers. I felt completely alone, abandoned by those I cared for. Even my family, who I loved very much, started to look at me differently. Their eyes held doubt and worry. They asked questions about Adam, about his money. They did not understand what was truly happening to me. I wanted to run away. I wanted to escape from Adam, from the lies, from the whispers and the judging eyes. But Adam had too much power. He controlled everything around me, making it impossible to leave easily. I felt like a bird caught in a beautiful but strong cage. It was a golden cage full of riches, but it was still a cage. My wings were tied. My heart felt heavy, and my soul felt like it was dying slowly, day by day. I wished for a way out, a way to be free again, but I could not see one. I was truly alone in this new, rich world. 7, my decision. The big house felt like a cold prison. Every day I felt more alone, even with Adam always near. The whispers of people, the lost friends, and Brian's silence made my heart ache. I was tired of the lies and the golden cage. One night, the rain started to fall heavily outside. It was a dark night, perfect for a secret escape. I looked at Adam's expensive things around me. They meant nothing. My soul felt empty. I needed to be free. I needed to find my way back to real happiness. I put on a simple coat and opened the big door quietly. The cold rain hit my face, but I did not care. I just ran. I ran through the wet streets, past the bright lights of the city. My heart was beating fast. I knew where I needed to go. I needed to go to Brian. His small apartment was far, but I kept running. My shoes were wet, my hair was wet, but a new hope filled me. I was leaving the lies behind. Finally, I stood in front of Brian's door. It was a simple door, nothing like Adam's grand entrance. My hand shook as I knocked. I knocked once, twice, then many times. After a long moment, the door opened a little. Brian was there. His eyes looked tired and sad, but still I saw the kind light in them. He looked surprised to see me, standing there in the rain. I could not speak at first. Tears came to my eyes. I fell to my knees on the floor. "Brian," I cried, "I am so sorry." I started to tell him everything. I told him about Adam's contract, how he wanted to buy me. I told him about all the lies Adam told and how he used people. I told him that I never loved Adam. I only wanted his money at first, but that was a big mistake. "I love you, Brian," I said, looking up at him. "I always loved you. Please believe me." Brian did not say anything for a moment. He just looked at me. My heart was shaking. Then he gently helped me stand up. He pulled me close and held me in his arms. It was a simple hug, but it felt warmer than any expensive coat. He whispered softly, "Andrea, I do not have much money. I do not have power like Adam, but I have my heart, and it is full of love for you. If you choose me, you will not have gold. You will not have big cars or fancy parties, but you will never be alone. You will always have me." His words were like sunshine after the storm. I looked into his kind eyes. My decision was clear. I did not want gold. I wanted Brian. I wanted his love. I chose him. I chose a life with him, a life of simple kindness and true feelings. This was the real treasure. 8. A happy life. Adam did not stop trying to cause problems. He was angry that Andrea chose Brian. He told many lies about them. He told people that Brian was only a poor man with no future. He said Brian could not give Andrea the life she wanted. But Andrea did not care what Adam said. His words meant nothing to her anymore. She knew the truth in her heart. Andrea walked with Brian in the streets every day. They held hands. They were not ashamed. They did not hide their love. People looked at them. Some people whispered about them, but Andrea and Brian only smiled at each other. They had found real happiness. That was more important than anything else. Their life was not easy. They did not have much money. Brian worked very hard. Andrea went back to working in the coffee shop. Sometimes they struggled to pay for things. Some nights they only had simple food like bread and tea for dinner. They did not have big houses or expensive cars. They did not wear fancy clothes. But every evening when Brian came home, he held Andrea close. He always made her feel safe and loved. In his arms, Andrea felt richer than any queen. She did not need gold or jewels. She had Brian, and that was enough. As the years passed, Andrea often thought about her choice. She knew it was the best decision she ever made. Adam had a lot of money, but he had no heart. He was a lonely man, even with all his riches. Brian had little money, but he had a big heart. He had true love. With his love, Andrea and Brian built their own world together. It was a world of kindness, honesty, and deep happiness. They learned to enjoy simple things. They found joy in each other's company. They supported each other through hard times. Andrea realized a powerful lesson. Money could not buy real happiness. It could not buy love or peace. Love was worth much more than money. It was the most important thing in life. This was Andrea's story. It was a story of a scandal, a difficult choice, and finally, a beautiful life. She had everything she truly needed. She had chosen love, and love had given her a happy life.